Hello, I'm Harold Metzel, founder of 10 Talent Stewardship, where we show you how to develop legacy giving in your church using bequests, planned giving, and endowment building. In November of 2014, Dave Ramsey hosted the first Stewardship Conference for pastors. Over 250 pastors attended. And a section of that program included a dialogue with Chris Gouillard and Gunnar Johnson, both full-time stewardship pastors at Saddleback and Gateway Church, respectively. Now, when Gunnar was asked the question, "Gunnar, where does a church start that doesn't have money to hire a stewardship pastor?" This is what he said. "Those in leadership," he said, "should first get together and discuss among themselves what they'd like to see happen. This will provide a beginning vision. And then look among the congregation for a few people who might be interested in having to do with issues that have to do with money. Now, not necessarily professional advisors, but don't exclude them either. Then get that group together and ask them how to get people engaged. Now, obviously," he said, "as pastors, you'll have ideas, but step back. Make them think it through. That will give them buy-in, and they'll end up owning the process. They'll then come up with ideas that will work best in your church. It may be one-to-one counseling, a seminar, a sermon series, maybe a combination of those things, or teaching it in Sunday school." Gunnar said he works with 300 to 400 churches a year and hasn't found a single church yet that didn't have a volunteer anywhere who could do this. There are people in your church, he said. People who are maybe CFOs or CEOs, business owners, and so on. People who know a bit about money, about getting out of debt, becoming a generous giver, and so on. Now, they may know plenty, but they may not know how to get started in serving the church. So, he said, just hand them the baton and let them lead. As for me, I was ready to cheer. The primary focus of 10 Talent Stewardship has always been to encourage pastors to get a volunteer stewardship team started and then train them. In my experience of getting legacy giving established in the church, that volunteer group is the absolute key. You've now also heard it from Gunnar and from Chris. So please, let me encourage you, don't put it off any longer. And if you're interested in more insights from what Gunnar and Chris had to say and some of the others who were speakers at that conference, I invite you to check out the other blogs that are in this series. Then come on over to our LinkedIn group for pastors. Over there, we can discuss it further.